Hey, how's it going, guys? This is What the Tech, and today we're going to check out some new iPad Pro rumors and leaks that I think are important enough to mention and discuss about. Alright, let's check it out. Okay, so before we really dig into it, it's pretty important to mention that this is a rumors and leaks video. Some of the things mentioned here may not even show up in the final product, and we won't know exactly what the iPad's going to have until the actual release date itself. Alright, so first things up is probably the least surprising thing you can think of, Face ID. So, since we're having Face ID in the iPad, are we expecting a notch? No notch. And thank God there's no notch, because if there was, everyone would have rightfully ripped Apple to shreds for it. So the Face ID module is going to be fitted inside the bezel of the iPad. One of the things we have to confirm this is that in leaked iOS 12 icon images, you can see that there's a new iPad icon that you can see it thanks to data miners. Notice how this icon doesn't show the chin or forehead while the previous one does with the home button. Alright, so segueing into the second rumor, which relates to Face ID, is that it looks like, unfortunately, face unlocking would only work in portrait mode. And if you're anything like me, it's just not convenient that way. I use my iPad almost exclusively in horizontal, and I even read the news in horizontal, especially in the larger 10.5 or the 12.9 iPads, since they have all that extra screen real estate for a reason, at a different angle. This is mostly a quality of life issue, but something that should be figured out to make things easier on the consumer. Alright, so the last two rumors are things that I personally find concerning, especially with how the iPad is in the tablet marketplace. I really think this could jeopardize them in a way. It looks like this may be the year we lose the headphone jack on the iPad, and I really don't get why. So I'm actually fully on board of getting rid of the headphone jack on phones now. I was kind of on the fence earlier, but that analog connection really did take up a lot of space on our phones. But on an iPad, there's actually more room, there's ample room. Also for phones, you can make the argument that by getting rid of the headphone jack, you have a better waterproofing device. Especially mind the fact that Apple is still trying to leverage that iPad as a laptop replacement or equivalent.
Hey, what you doing on your computer?
What's a computer?
Now, I don't know about you, but I don't really need my iPad to be waterproof. I think I could be on board with losing a headphone jack if they give us another connector. Maybe 2 lightning ports or 2 USB-C ports. Actually, Apple, if you did remove the headphone jack and gave us 2 USB-C ports, I think most people could actually replace a laptop with that. Because you need at least 1 port for charging and 1 for transferring media. Alright, so the last rumor isn't as major as removing a headphone jack, but it's still kind of weird, all things considered. In leaked CAD renderings, you can see here that what we have, I think, is a smart connector, or at least the next version of it. It's moved to the back bottom of the tablet, kind of like back pockets to your jeans, and it reminds me of the Moto Mod configurations. While I don't personally believe this is going to happen because it's such a weird decision to put that kind of connector, I mean, if you place that there, what would happen to Apple's own smart keyboard lineup? And if they do move the smart connector down there, it only re-solidifies the idea that an iPad is meant to be used in portrait mode instead of horizontal. And I'm sure in all of Apple's ad campaigns in the future, they're going to try to convince you that this is the right way to hold an iPad. I don't know, I think this is weird for me because if Apple were to make a keyboard, it would have to look something like this. Yeah, that's a real product that Apple made, and people really didn't like it. It had stability issues, and the connector would always get stressed on and would bend. This is what it's like to type on an iPad in portrait mode. Bask in the glory of it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Those are the 4 biggest changes coming to the iPad Pro lineup. If you like what you saw, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Go ahead and share down below if you're excited for the iPad Pro redesign. Personally, while I'm excited for it, I wouldn't be jumping on board for a new iPad for maybe 3 years or 4 because my 10.5 inch is still going pretty smoothly. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe on your way out. See ya.